what I'd like to do is maybe take a step back to illustrate how I've helped large brands. And I think it'll become fairly apparent as to how I'm helping my existing clients. One of my works, I was previously a media director at Mindshare, which is one of the world's largest media buying media agencies in the world. It's part of the WPP group of companies. My key account there was Unilever. I was the media director taking care of Unilever. And one of my many works working across all of Unilever's brands was working on Lipton. Lipton is the tea brand. And at that point, we were working on launching the green tea variant. And we were thinking, how can we make this fun? And then going by the customer insight that what people really are looking for is focus. And that was geared on the product attribute, which was green tea contains this element called theanine. And theanine is attributed to focus, alertness, and mental sharpness. And we were thinking about how can we make this fun? Mental sharpness is something that seems pretty interesting, but how can we make this fun? How can we make this relevant? And how can we make it relevant to our audience, to our customers? The goal of this was to drive product sales. We then came up with an innovation that got into the Guinness Book of Records, which ended up being us creating the world's largest online collaborative jigsaw puzzle with over 1,800 active pieces, each piece being opened up progressively week over week. And this is something that came from the idea, because the idea is how can we marry the concept of mental agility and fun together? And what is that activity that requires both of those? Jigsaw puzzles. And that's where the idea was born, by leveraging our understanding of our audience, consumer behavior, consumer psychology, understanding our customers' tastes, habits, preferences, also understanding their media habits, understanding the media landscape at that point in time, understanding that there was a growing trend towards casual online gaming, and putting all this information together, coalescing, and then coming up with this idea of creating an online interactive jigsaw puzzle. The effects of this campaign was that, yes, we got into the Guinness Book of Records, which is awesome. But beyond that, Unilever was surprised because this actually doubled their sales, more than they ever expected. All of their retail outlets ran out of inventory after the campaign started within weeks. Within, I think, 2 weeks, all the retail outlets ran out. And they, in fact, overachieved on another milestone, which they had not communicated to us, which is helping their wholesale retailers in restocking. And they hit that milestone, exceeded that milestone of having the wholesale retailers restocking, as well as the retailers restocking. So right through the supply chain, everyone wanted this product because it was in high demand and it was selling like hotcakes. So this is an example of how, and this is something that was achieved on a national level. So this was a national campaign. This is an example of how, when you leverage the media landscape, consumer behavior, consumer psychology, digital habits, digital innovation, and you put it all together and then really step back and think, how can I make this fun? How can I make this relevant? How can I make this compelling so that you don't just eye roll and blah and it's something boring, but how do you push the envelope? So this is an example of how I've successfully helped a large brand achieve this level of brand consumer interaction and engagement with super high top of mind awareness levels, which was tested, of course, by the research company that was assigned to the post campaign analysis.